Hello, my name is Yasin Shakal. Today I will be teaching you about SQL joins. Now let's take a look at the joins briefly. We have the inner join, we have the outer join, we have the left join, we have the right join, cross join, as well as self join. The reason all of these are written in all caps is because that's the naming convention for SQL queries. And the parentheses indicate optional syntax, though I recommend that you do type out the optional syntax so that your code is more clear. To demonstrate this today, we're going to have an imaginary store where we accept cash payments as well as card payments. For the cash table, we have IDs 1, 2, 3, and 4 corresponding to names A, B, C, and D. For the card table, we have different IDs 1, 2, 3, and 4 for this table that correspond to A, X, B, and Y. If you look at the unique names, we actually only have 6 different names. Keep that in mind as we move forward. Now let's get started with the simplest one, inner join. You can think of inner join as this question here. Who paid with cash and card? Meaning who used both cash and card? Let's try to imagine this by looking at this Venn diagram. The intersection here are the people who paid with cash and card. What would that be? Let's look at the table. A and B is in both tables, cash and card. So that must be the people that paid with both cash and card. And if you look at the resulting table, that's what we get back here, A and B. Now, how do we do this using a SQL query? It's very simple. We do select all from the cash table, inner join with the card table on the name field for both cash and card. Notice the ID for A is 1 here, and the ID for A is 1 here as well. And that happens to be a coincidence, because for name B, the ID is 2 here, but for name B, the ID is 3. So even though sometimes the IDs might look similar, they do belong to different tables and they can be different, so keep that in mind. Now let's take a look at full outer join. The way to imagine this with a question is, who paid with cash or card? Well, that would pretty much be everyone. As you can see, both of these ovals in the Venn diagram is completely filled. So we get back everyone. To do this, here is the query. We select all from cash, full outer join on the card table, on the name field for cash and card tables. To do this, first we simply take the cash table and go through the IDs here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the names A, B, C, and D. Then we have the corresponding values on the card table. So for A, it's A and the same ID. For B, the ID is different, but the name is obviously going to stay the same. But for C and D, we don't have corresponding values, so they will be left as null. And the same thing happens when we look at X and Y. Since there's no corresponding values for these on the cash table, they will be null. Now there's also another way to look at this. What if we did not want the intersecting part? How would we do that? And how would we imagine that as a question? Well, the way we would put it is who paid exclusively with cash or who paid exclusively with card. Now this excludes the people who paid with cash and card. So the query with this is the same thing as it was before for the first 3 lines. The only difference here is the where clause. So we have where cash ID is null or card ID is null. So only rows that contain null are returned, as we can see in the resulting table. As you can see, every row here contains a null value. Now let's look at left outer join. The way we would imagine this as a question would be, who paid with cash? Basically, this would return everyone in the cash table. As we can see the result here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D from the cash table. And all we do is fill out the corresponding values on the card table. For A and B, we do have corresponding values, but for C and D, we don't, so all we get is null. To do this, here's the SQL query. We do select all from the cash table, left outer join the card table on the name for cash and card. Now, what if we want only the people who paid with cash or cash only? We wouldn't want this intersecting part. To do this, we have the same exact query as before, but we add an where clause again, and all we do is say where card ID is null. Since A and B are in the card table, they're not included in this results table. Only C and D have their IDs as null on the card table. So this is the table that we get back. Now let's look at right outer join. The way we would think about this as a question here is, who paid with a card? Basically, we get everybody back from the card table, as you can see in the resulting table. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, A, X, B, and Y. To do this with a SQL query, we do a select all from the cash table, right outer join card table, on name for the cash table and the card table. And you see here again, X and Y have a corresponding null values, and A and B have their corresponding values from the cash table. And again, we can avoid the intersecting part by asking the question, who paid with only card? And to do this, all we have to do is add a where clause. Cash ID is null. Again, we have the cash ID null here, so it only returns X and Y. Now let's look at a cross join. To do this, we have two different new tables. We have the colors table and the sizes table. And let's imagine we use these colors and sizes to make t-shirts. The question that we would visualize this with is list all t-shirt combinations. So we have red, blue, green, small, medium, large. Very typical. As you can see, even with two tables that only have 3 rows, we can have a lot of combinations. So we have 3 arrows coming out of red, 3 from blue, and 3 from green, which gives us a total of 9 combinations. M times N combinations. The SQL query for this is select colors.colorName, sizes.sizeName from the colors table, cross join with sizes. And the result is a 9-row table. The reason is because we're doing a Cartesian product. So we get back every possibility. So we can have a small t-shirt that's red, we can have a medium t-shirt that's red, and we can have a large t-shirt that's red. And the same holds true for blue and green. Lastly, let's look at self-join. Who is whose manager will be the question that we use to visualize this. Again, we have to have a new table here to demonstrate this. So the table's name is employees. We have the employee ID, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have employee names A, B, C, D, E, and F. And the manager ID, null, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3. The reason we have null here for A is because A is the boss. He does not have a manager. B and C have A as their manager. B and C. D and E have B as their manager. And F has C as their manager, as you can see from the manager IDs. Now the query for this is a little complex because we are joining a table with itself. To do this, we have to give the table an alias. So the way we do this is we take the employees table as E1, and then we inner join it with the employees table as E2. And when we're selecting all of the columns, we have to use the aliases that we gave them. So E1 as employee name and E2 employee name, and we rename them as employee and manager to make the table more readable. And if you look at the resulting table, you can see that for employee B, the manager is A. For the employee C, the manager is A. For employee D and E, the manager is B. And for employee F, the manager is C. For a self-join, there really isn't a Venn diagram, but this basically indicates that it's joining with itself. Thank you for your time today. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Have a great day.